Welcome. This is the Simply King podcast, and it's your boy Rodney Perry, King himself. And you just tuned into the Soulfully Conscious podcast for humans, simply being humans. And today is a special one yet again. Short episode, but I really wanted to just do this like personal, check-in style episode. Not going to take too much of your time, kind of just to let you know where I'm at, where I've been, what's going on, what's happening, what's up with the lag yet again. It's honestly if I've never had a consistent co-host, battling with inconsistency is my consistent co-host. As I think every podcast that's independent, deals with, and I am the optimal example of somebody who is extremely independent at this particular medium. And it's something that I have to, understand about myself. And regardless of that, I want to let y'all know and let y'all in because I do care. I care about this a lot, and I want y'all to care, just as much as me. If not half as much as me. And we drinking. I got a nice little, little mule situation going on right now. So, excuse the things, but I got a few points to express. All of these are very personal. Keep in mind that anytime I get on any mic, get on any platform, post something to social media, I'm talking to myself first, literally and metaphorically and figuratively and all that. Keep that in mind. I hear myself. I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm not pointing a finger. I'm not misunderstanding exactly what I'm trying to comprehend. Everything that I'm saying to myself too, just to put it plain. So there's a few things I just wanted to kind of, speak to and let y'all in on how I'm feeling about them when it comes to me, my life, and just overall, just the evolution of my overall journey as a man in general. Big thing is, the first thing is a big one. And the first kind of, I guess, quote unquote thing that I've observed and have observed with myself the most is, men are lost. We are really lost. High levels of loneliness, high levels of suicide, more diagnoses of depression or depressive, behavior. And to couple that and I attach that to men don't want to be patriarchs for real. I'll tell you why I'm making that point, because I know some people may disagree or feel like, well, it's too damn bad. You're going to be, you understand? But I think the reality of it is that to desire to be a patriarch and to be patriarch in its traditional idea of it, as the world perpetuates, how we should go at it and try to achieve that level of being able to earn a certain amount, protect and provide at a particular level, and just have access and resources for relatively to whoever you are. I believe it's time to fess up that the idea of being that all men are just born leaders is just not the truth. I think we've seen that. I think people have tried their best to kind of make other things about it, like bringing this idea of alpha male, beta male, sigma male, omega male, alpha phi, beta, steak and potato male, whatever male that you feel like you may be exhibiting. None of that shit really matters. It's already been disproven that doesn't really genuinely happen in the animal kingdom. So that whole concept is really just one based in human imagination. And it's as shaky and has enough holes in it as the love language, as love languages. It's not a real thing. And I think that people shouldn't base themselves off of those things. It's just not the truth. Men don't really want to be in charge. I think that the, conversation around this on the internet is really a lot of conjecture. I feel like for me, I'm just really in a space where I'm taking my life very seriously. And because of that, I'm really not copping or acquiescing to this idea that I gotta be a certain way for men to respect me. But also, I don't want to project this idea into my relationships that I'm supposed to show up a certain type of way because I'm a man, Because the fact of the matter is I've observed and been close to women long enough to notice that it's so many things that are quote unquote traditionally seen as something that that women should just cling to. Nurturing, motherhood, housekeeping even. You know what I'm saying? A lot of just, this doesn't make you a woman ass shit, you know? And I'm a universal thinker. I know there are people who are walking these different lives that exist not from that space. So for me, it's interesting because I just believe that I'm more than that. I'm not just a protector and provider. I think those are just actions that I can do. But that doesn't really make me all of who I am. And I want to be judged for something way greater than the level of provisions and protection that I could possibly give. Because it just sounds like I'm forever playing some duty. I'm forever on a job. I was literally just telling my best friend, she was watching me on FaceTime as I was building something for my crib. And she was just like, you should be recording this. You know, women love this. And I told her, I get that. But I think I kind of feel like how women feel, how a lot more women feel about the idea of like people asking them to cook or asking them to do things that are, you know, clean their house or expect these like real domesticated ass things. I think I'm kind of feeling like that. And I get it, why there's a weird reaction to that idea, because a lot of people in today, they feel like men don't do a lot of these things anymore. So I'm kind of adding to that overall, you know, thing. But the reality of it, these are things I can do, but these aren't the things that define me though. I don't want that to be what defines me. And I've gotten pushback. Trust me, I've gotten pushback because I'm not this gleeful patriarch. That I'm not like, oh my God, I just really want to spend my money on you. Oh my God, I really feel good. Even though I got it, it ain't tricking if you got it. I can do this, I can do that twice. All those feelings, none of those things like make me excited. And they don't hold too much depth to me either. You know what I'm saying? And because they are easy actions based on the amount of work that I've put in, it's just the translation of the energy that I put in before. I made this money, I got this money, I have access to this money, I can spend this money however way I choose. Here we go. This is just an extension of the work. But it doesn't really speak to who I am because money can come in so many different ways. And I can have so many different types of outlooks and relationships to money. I believe that, you know, protection and you know, provisions and protection, like providing, protecting in a relationship as a man is something that really are just actions. Some of the first people that I seen protect and provide for me were women. So that didn't change their gender. That didn't change how they showed up. And I know a lot of people believe that, yeah, they were acting like men. But to me, they just were acting as someone who was responsible of children. And I get it. The idea of me detaching these things from what a man is makes it sound like I'm trying to absolve men of this particular characteristic. And that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that the connection of that being the fiber of their being should be shifted. The responsibility is responsibility. The society we live in is the society we live in. The earning power, the earning potential of men and males. So I understand why so many people are hypergamous. I understand why so many people believe that men should pay for everything. I understand all those things. The likelihood that I'll have more than every woman that I've ever dated is way more likely than them having more than me. Even though statistics are growing and changing on their side in their favor, there still is a metric fuck ton of men that make more money than women. It's changing, but it is what it is. I just want to be happy. And I think that a lot of men don't make enough time for happiness. I think a lot of men believe that we have to basically gain so many things in life to then start acting happy, to then start acting like we're excited about life or excited about love or excited about anything for real, for real. And I don't think that that's okay. I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that that's what we genuinely deserve as people. I just want more for us. And I don't think us being patriarchs in this traditional sense of what it means is exactly what people really want to do. I think it's making people depressed because they like I've been saying it. Men have been putting the hierarchy of responsibilities and priorities for a lot of men is their job, wherever they're getting money from, number one. Two, whoever they're responsible for or whoever they've opted in to be obligated to be responsible for. That can be their mama, their family, sisters, brothers, cousins, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They girl, they baby, whatever it is. And then maybe third or fourth, it's them. Third or fourth, it might be them. And I say that because depending on if they're religious, depending on their mental health and their mental state, they might prioritize another thing before they even get to themselves. Their motivation to get up, to stay healthy, to even live in a certain part of town is motivated by their job way more than it is a lot of the time their families. How can I make sure this money stay good? How can I make sure this money stay right? Because I'm going to need to keep paying bills. I'm going to need to keep doing these things. But that's not really your personality. That's not really who you are. And that drains the hell out of you if that's all that your life is. And I think that's why men show up so damn miserable, and also why they show up audaciously when they don't get simple things that could just be a simple rejection. I think that's why they react the way they do. They've opted into this certain level of pressure that they can shift, change, or approach differently, approach with a little more tact. You feel me? That's what I believe. That's genuinely what I believe. But my next point is that I really want to, I got back into the dating world after kind of, after being single for about 2 years, 2 years or more at this point now. And I think, I was on the apps for a minute. I've just deleted them, the end of last month. And I'm realizing, that Atlanta is an interesting place because it's like dating the podcast. It's like if podcasts was like those relationship podcasts were genuinely, who are these people? Where is this place where these things are happening? It's in Atlanta. It's in Atlanta. And I shouldn't be surprised, but I am. I shouldn't be, but I am. I realized, once I started to get back out there that, I really genuinely didn't date the last time I was living here. Like I was in college, I attempted to date. I think I was the, prime example of a lover boy while I was in college, really trying to find love. Really only had one relationship while I was in college that was, short-lived and tumultuous to some degree. And I definitely got in a relationship like right before the end of school, right before I graduated, but I don't really count that one because it was long distance. So me in Atlanta and dating really aren't a thing. So this is really my first time kind of getting out there and seeing what the scene is like. And I'm doing it at a time where it was completely different in 2015. It was completely different in 2011 and in the in-between. But I'm realizing that I really desire mutuality. And that's really what thrives and drives me. And it can actually, appear in so many different levels. But if I don't feel like you want a nigga, I'm gone. It ain't no reason for me to play with you, for me to chase you. And I get it. That is what it is. That is the catchy lyric in every rap song these days. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is, if I'm chasing you, baby, you running away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the idea of, working for you, showing attention, like just that, simple level of chivalry that I believe kind of still exists. I understand that to a degree. Me being an initiator of these things, like, oh, let's, starting communication, escalating, appropriately. Like, all right, how about we, link up? How about we go on a date? How about, making those plans and continuously initiating the progress of what this can be, setting the tone. All those things I have no problem with. I don't think that always happens that way, but it is what it is. I think that more than anything, I just want to meet the real people. And I think we all want to meet the real people. But I think, and I think our representatives can show up and so good. If we've already been dating for however long, we fine tune that representative real good. And I think of representative in a specific way. When it comes to your representative self, I think of it's still you. It's not a fake version of you. But imagine when you clean your house, you done seen your house dirty before. You done seen that thing dirty. What you need to do now, though, is get that thing back to clean because you got to have people coming over. So your representative is nothing but the cleaned up version of your house. You done did a nice, good cleaning, and it is what it is. But when people get comfortable with you enough, you'll invite them over, you know what I'm saying, when the house might be halfway there. You'll invite them over when you in the middle of doing laundry, because that's just the homie, you know what I'm saying? Or that's just somebody you know intimately. That is a identifier, same way with your representative. You stop doing certain things. You stop doing whatever. And I think that everybody does it. Now, it's not just men, it's not just women. Everybody does it in every new connection. You want to show up in the best version as you can with yourself. And I understand that, but I feel like I realized how to recognize my representative and allow that motherfucker to die as early as possible in the connection and really show up as myself. And a lot of it has a lot to do with just creating opportunities for you to be real, for you to give the real you. But it's been weird. It's been weird. You know, I definitely have had some cool moments, met some cool people, definitely folks who can just be friends, but I haven't really felt like I've been able to build a roster or just find one person that's like, damn, yeah, this is it. You know, it's been a lot of potential, but not anything to really center in. And as I've said on my Where's the Bar episode, when I did the redo of that, for me, I'm genuinely prioritizing, somebody who cares about their mental health, somebody who's taking care of themselves in a compassionate way. And I think that that's a hard thing to do for a lot of people. I think I want to, always improve my approach where necessary. But I think that I'm being met with this real interesting, personality type, this nonchalant personality type that I think I'm not really used to, because I understand maybe why. That's just how people show up to be guarded. But the reality of it is, I don't know. To me, I think I'm pacing myself. And that's the weirdest time for me to, shift and make that shit, make that adjustment. I'm not love bombing anymore. I'm taking my time. I'm not being so pressed. I'm not showing up in that really anxious, talk to me. I really want to get to know you, heavily complimentary. I'm not really giving that anymore, because that's not really what it is. Not really what I feel. I think that was what I did because I wanted to win. I was into the chase. I wanted to win the woman. And then once I got her, it was it don't matter no more. I'm really not into this that much, because I was more locked into the game more than I was anything else. And that's not really it. It's not really it at all. But I'm done with the apps, and I'm gonna meet y'all in person. So if I roll up on you at Publix, you know what I'm saying, while you in the sandwich line trying to get you a pub sub, baby, let's just go ahead and chat. Let's go ahead and exchange numbers. Let's figure something out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's in your cart, see what's in mine. Maybe we need to have dinner together. No, I can't do that. Damn. See? It would be nice. I think I just want to be bold again. I'm ready to get to the bold part, to where I can, just kiss you in the mouth and talk nasty to you. Get to it quick. That's what we all want to get to. We ain't into dating just to be, to be nice, to find somebody who's nice to us. We want to get to the parts where we can just let loose. Let loose. That's it. Let loose. That's it. I want to say that I'm growing in new ways. Is the last point that I wanted to kind of, make before I wrap this thing up. Is the ways that I'm growing right now have made me reevaluate my whole worldview. I made consistent major changes in my life in the past few years, and leaving corporate America, starting a business, starting therapy, moving back to Atlanta, ending relationships, and even changing the nature of friendships has been really, really hard, has been a hell of an adjustment. And it's still something that I'm forever processing right now. Even to this day. But much of this year was hard for me because it was a transitional year. Because I was still, I was given a perspective. Shout out to my best friend Emily, who said to me, when you move, it's gonna take time. You're being so hard on yourself, thinking that you're supposed to have gotten everything together in 90 days, that you're supposed to be living a particular type of life in a small amount of time. And still applauds me to this day that I got as much as I did get done in terms of reacclimating and kind of starting fresh and starting over in a familiar place. Because that was what a lot of it was. I had to work a job that I really didn't want to do. As I came and tried to set up shop, for my own business. And it took genuinely a smooth year. It took a full year. And a lot of distractions, a lot of, ups and downs, a lot of moments where I'm like, what the hell is going on for real to happen for me to, for shit to hit a little bit differently. I think that more than anything, I'm opening myself up to new community, to building more with the community that I've already connected with in ways to be able to serve more and do more things that maybe I don't directly benefit from, as in like community service or just aiding others wherever they needed to be aided, because I just want to pour back into something. I want to be a part of a bigger, community that feeds each other and kind of is, symbiotic and has an ecosystem. I want to really be a part of an ecosystem since I'm back here in Atlanta. Something that's healthy and constructive, that builds into me as a man. And I think that's a larger issue, a larger conversation of when it comes to something I've talked about in therapy a lot. Just, I've always had a really interesting, intriguing relationship with men. I haven't always been able to get the closest to them, and I haven't always seeked out this kind of like predominantly male surrounding. And a lot of it has to do with mindset. A lot of it has to do with, I understand that whole idea of like men being lonely and like there being a multitude of elements as to how that came to be. I think for me, it's genuinely like, I don't think the way you do. I don't think the way you do. I don't have the same politics as you. Because a lot of black men be conservative. A lot of black men are, homophobic. A lot of black men don't believe in, just just so many different rights and choices of so many different things, They don't want to really push past the conversations they already have. They really don't want to think past the concepts that they already have an understanding on. And when they do get into their, supposedly deep bag, it's always kind of drenched in misogyny and sexism and, some type of dogma that really doesn't really matter. So it's kind of hard for me to stick around and stay around and know I can go deep with these people, to know that these are my brothers. These are people that I should like lean on for protection, because are they really going to understand me? And can I bring them into every room I want to go into? I'm going to be around women. I'm going to be around intelligent women. I'm going to be around women who have a great sense of advocacy for their agency. And if I can't bring you around that, that's going to be hard. If I can't agree with you, with at least agree to disagree with you. If there's things that you believe and say that are just downright harmful, there's not anything in me that can be like, well, I can accept that, because that I don't want that to come back and bite me at this point. And not even just for no personal image type shit, just really because it's like, if that's what you believe, what else would you are capable of? Like, that's not okay. It's not it, And I think I can rectify it when there's some willingness of conversation. But I think that I don't, distance myself from a context of like where I would never dialogue with men like that. I think I invite that. I want that, because I feel like some people just haven't been challenged to the right type of conversation. They've just been in arguments and argue with different men and women about their views, but they really haven't been challenged in the right way. And I'm the one. I can go all day about shit like that, Just saying. I believe that now that my purpose is aligned in being free. I think I always have been about freedom. And it's always, I think it's been, yes, chaotic, in this kind of, we don't have to see freedom in this like chaotic, unrestrained type of way. And I think that for me, I want just this, consistent, unrestricted flow of decisions in my life, to where it's like, oh, I'm choosing to do this today, and I can do this. And I can still, it's not destructive. It's all enriching. It's beneficial. Like, it's all those things for me. That's kind of what I want to craft my life to be. And I think I'm getting closer and closer to that. And I want my behavior to, to all match that. I want the things around me to all give that off, to imbue that in a multitude of ways. because I know that I'm really at the right around the corner from this ocean of abundance. And it's unimaginable and incomprehensible as much as I can do. If I just truly allow myself to dedicate myself to more of healing, to more structured, shadow work and structured, just growth mindset, like all these various things that I do in my own time, I know it's going to benefit me because it already has. I feel capable. I feel able. I feel like I possess everything I need right now. I know I've said in an episode before that nobody's coming to save you, and I mean that. Still do. Fellas, ladies, I want y'all to know that. Especially the fellas. Please, send this to your guy, send this to a man in your life. Nobody's coming to save you, bro. You are responsible for making your life for it to shape up differently. And that's because of the world that we live in. So if you're so proud of being a man, you're going to have to be a man and figure that shit out. Doesn't mean you don't ask for help, but you got to do something. That's all I'm saying. Because I just want to, I know I possess everything I need to truly be a better son, a better friend, a better potential partner, a better man in general. That's what I really believe. And I don't know. I just feel good. I feel good, but let's send it on. Today, send it on. It's my call to action segment of the episode, and today's call to action is to tap in with your community. Tap in with the people that you even if you talk to them all the time, and just let them know that I love you, that I see you. You can even send them this post. You are important to me. I want you in my life. I want to represent our bond, and for it to go deeper, for us to have a deep exchange that's beneficial, that's enriching, because I love that you're in my life. It's beneficial for me to be good to you and compassionate to you as I'm compassionate with myself. I appreciate your accountability to me. I appreciate you giving me the space to allow for me to hold you accountable. I appreciate the space to vent, and I appreciate you for you being who you are and you meeting me where I'm at, because I want to meet you where you are. I love you and I see you. Let them know that, or you can just send them this, one or the other. Let them know. That's the call to action, though. You feel me? That's it. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Gonna be back next week or even sooner. Who knows? Because special delivery episodes are coming all the time. You feel me? You never don't be surprised if I drop 2 episodes a week on your ass. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of things happening, a lot of great things happening in terms of just location shifts and changes, all these various things. I'm gonna do some special stuff with my solo episodes. I'm gonna do some special stuff with my guest. If you want to be a guest, reach out to me. Let me know. Hit me up. You're open to do it. Make sure that you leave reviews on whatever that you're listening on. Make sure that you subscribe on whatever you're hearing this on. I appreciate you. If you don't know, you should know. You can listen to the Simply King podcast everywhere podcasts are available. You can follow me everywhere at Kings_Memoirs. That's Kings_Memoirs. You can follow the podcast at Simply King Pod. Follow my business page at Life is King on IG. And hit me up for anything digital marketing and creative production related. I'm actually still giving away 5 free slots, consultation slots, brainstorming consultations on my website right now. Link in the description right now. This has been the Soulfully Conscious Podcast for humans, simply being humans. I've been Rodney Perry. This has been King's Expressors. And this has been Simply King. Peace.